Now, secret number 3, no time and no home support equals guaranteed success. How being insanely busy and having your family eat differently from you is actually your guarantee for success in weight loss. So when I used to work in New York City, I was beyond busy. My time was in crazy demand for my own clients, and I ran a team of real estate agents, and I didn't have any time to eat or to think about eating or to eat properly. And very often the day would go by, it'd be 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I hadn't had lunch. I had breakfast very, very early in the morning. And so I just run out starved and just eat whatever. And I actually thought that because I wasn't thinking so much about food, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I must be doing well in this area. But my mind was so occupied emotionally and psychologically with what I was doing at work, where the biochemical area kind of takes a back seat. And I'm sure that's happened with you guys as well. You get into a certain zone and you just forget to eat, then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, I'm starving. Because these two areas were running things, and then the biochemical area is like, listen, you gotta eat, we've got cells that need to be taken care of. That wasn't working. And then I would just, I would be really starved and eat whatever late in the afternoon, and then usually feel not so great later on because of that. And I'm like, okay, I need to plan and I need to organize. I'm super busy. And in any other area of my life, if I'm really busy and if these areas are important, of course I'm going to plan and organize a little bit. So what I started doing was I had all these different menus from places that I would order out from. And I had this alarm go off on my iPhone every single day at 10 a.m. I would order. I wasn't hungry at that time, but that was before things really started to get crazy in my office. So I just had a rotation, like this place on Mondays, different place on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Friday was fast food Friday, so I didn't have to worry. But those first 4 days, I just pull out the menu, I would pick something, I'd order it, and the food would arrive usually a little bit before 11, and I would eat. I'd almost be forcing myself to eat. And what was great is that I was eating before other people's food came, so like I was able to make like better decisions. And I wasn't influenced because this person got pizza or this person went to Chick-fil-A or whatever. I just ordered what I needed for me that day, something that was super yummy, but something that I knew would also fuel me. And that was such an epiphany to me because I'm like, okay, because I'm so busy, I actually have to plan. And so that planning also went to my home. And so I would only have certain things for myself, like in the house. And I would make sure that I would have the different snacks I needed. And so my day became really balanced and regimented, where like I knew, okay, I'd always need like a mid-morning snack. So I had something in my desk at work. And then, I had that lunch, I would have a late afternoon snack. And then when I got home, I wasn't starving. It really didn't matter to me what everybody else wanted or what everybody else was eating. Usually what I did, if let's just say everyone's having chicken parm, and which is, fried chicken with cheese and sauce on it, super yummy. And I was starting to eat a little bit better, starting to lose weight. I would make an Italian dish for myself, pretty much 90% of what everybody else was having. And because I wasn't hungry, I wasn't like, oh my God, I want their fried chicken covered with cheese and sauce. I had my own thing that was 95% of what they were having. But because my day was organized and I had planned out all my different meals, and if I ever got hungry and I was in my car, I had these certain bars that I kept in my car that were great, that made everything so much easier. And so there wasn't any pressure at home for people to change what they were eating. I was on my trip. I was doing my thing. And it's also really important when people start asking you, hey, what are you doing? Just, I'm just starting to eat a little bit better. I'm still eating yummy stuff. I'm just cutting down on certain things or only having them special times, whatever I said. Then they would want to copy me. I wasn't getting into savior syndrome, which is like, listen, I'm doing this, and so all of you guys should do it, which will put everybody off. You don't want to do that. You don't want to impose that on a spouse or your kids. Let them ask you, and then don't jump on them after they ask you. You're like, oh, I was waiting for that opportunity. They can feel that as well. Just make a listen. If you want me to make this for you next time, I can make it for you, like no problem. And as long as you're doing your thing and you're not getting too preachy about the thing that you're doing, people will naturally gravitate towards you, especially if they feel you emotionally and psychologically better. And if they see that you're starting to lose weight and starting to feel better in general, you're going to be attractive, and naturally people are going to want to follow that. No one wants to follow being preached at. That doesn't feel good to anybody. If you're tired of diets that force you to give up your favorite foods in order to lose weight, only to put all that weight back on once you quit that diet, then I invite you to try my completely free online program that will help you lose your first 10 to 15 pounds without giving up the foods that you love. So head on over to foodloveonline.com and get started with us today. No credit card is needed. This is a completely free online program. Even if you're incredibly busy or incredibly lazy and nothing else has worked for you in the past, this can work for you. In 3 short videos, I will take you by the hand and get you on the road to losing weight, and most importantly, happily keeping it off forever. So head over to foodloveonline.com and I'll see you over there. So to wrap up this last secret, it's incredibly important to be able to eat with your family. And sometimes when it's eating for entertainment day or night or whatever it is, I just have pizza with them because it's okay to do that. Or I'll make little changes if we're getting subs or getting something from Subway or something like that. I'll make like a little change that's not even noticeable to them, but it just makes me feel better that I'm doing it. And so it's super important that being busy is actually the best excuse to organize all these different things. And if your family wants to eat differently, that doesn't matter, because you can kind of take your meals and what you're doing and have it be the same. If your kids like to have ice cream in the fridge or whatever the deal is, you can have all of your special setups. And that's what I talk about in the book, and especially what we go over in the Food Love Transformation Accelerator. We go deep, but these areas, the biochemical and the emotional and the psychological areas, are really, really deep, getting into different recipes and cooking styles and things for busy people when they don't have time to cook. That in itself could be a massive course, just the biochemical, but the emotional and psychological, they're all equally important, and we have to learn all of them together. So this is the end of the 3 secrets, and this information took me so long and so much energy and time and money to learn. And I really hope that you guys can do something really special with it in your life. So to wrap up this video training and kind of put everything together so you can take all of these things and use them in your life, basically we need to approach the area of food first and foremost from the emotional and the psychological, meaning that we have to be happy. So the first question I'll ask any of my new clients when they're saying, oh, I need to lose weight, the first question I'll always ask is, okay, what are your favorite foods? Every single time there's like, you feel the air leave the room and a smile comes on their face. And sometimes they ask, well, why are you asking me that? I'm like, well, in order for your diet to be successful and for you to successfully lose weight, we have to use the food that you love. There's no other way to do it. And you'd be surprised just the relief and the sense of joy that comes over them in that moment. One of the chapters in my book, it's called Black to White. And you can't go from your old diet and then swing dramatically to something brand new that is so far away from where you've been eating and expect it to work. You can't do it. And so the the metaphor that I give in the book is about a lake. And you have to cross this really, really long lake that's going from your old diet to these new diets that, pretty much in every single diet book that's out there. And that's an impossible swim. But if there were docks spaced across the entire lake about 10 to 15 yards apart, and if there was a wooden bridge connecting all the docks, you could go from one little dock to the next. And that's how sustainable weight loss works. You have to take one little step. And as you're taking those steps, not only are you gaining control in your life, but you're also going to start losing weight. But the weight that you're going to lose, this is permanent weight loss. This isn't just, I'm going on a fad diet for 3 months, I've lost some weight, now I'm going back to eating the way that I always have, and I'm going to put it back on and more. It's permanent weight loss, and you're going to understand how you can add weight and how you can easily take off weight. Like, I know I'm about to go to New York in 2 weeks. I know I'm going to put on weight, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to having pizza. I'm looking forward to having all my favorites when I go to New York. If you go on vacation, enjoy the food. Understand that you're going to put on some weight, and I don't care because I know how to take it off. And by you using these secrets as a base in your life, you're going to have full control where you're going to know how to take off weight eating your favorite foods. You'll easily know as a pro. You guys are probably pros already. I'm a definite pro of putting on weight. I can put it on in 1,000 different ways. And so because we can put it on and take it off at will, and we're never restricting ourselves from our favorite foods, then the whole process becomes doable. So I hope you enjoyed this video training, and I have just a short offer to explain to you. If I can just take a couple minutes, it'd be really, really cool to explain. If you want to take the next steps, I can kind of outline what they can be. I'd love for you not only to become a part of the Food Love family, pick up a copy of Food Love. You can try the Food Love Kickstarter, and ideally, if you became part of our Transformation Accelerator community, that would be amazing. So in these next couple minutes, I've just explained a little bit about that. It's been my pleasure sharing all this with you guys, and I hope to see you soon. If you're tired of diets that force you to give up your favorite foods in order to lose weight, only to put all that weight back on once you quit that diet, then I invite you to try my completely free online program that will help you lose your first 10 to 15 pounds without giving up the foods that you love. So head on over to foodloveonline.com and get started with us today. No credit card is needed. This is a completely free online program. Even if you're incredibly busy or incredibly lazy and nothing else has worked for you in the past, this can work for you. In 3 short videos, I will take you by the hand and get you on the road to losing weight, and most importantly, happily keeping it off forever. So head over to foodloveonline.com and I'll see you over there.